Hey, David.
Hey, how are you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, good. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you for the invite.
You having a good week?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good, good, good. We're just gonna wait a few minutes to get a few more folks on, okay?
Yes, definitely.
We're gonna share. Let's see here. We're gonna share my screen, okay? So you should be able to see my screen.
Yes.
Hey, Kim.
Hey, how's it going, David?
All right.
Hey, Ken.
How's it going? JV, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing? I'm Joe.
I'm doing okay.
Black, how you doing, sir?
Hey, how are you doing there, David?
Good,
Greetings from
good.
India.
You still in India, huh?
Yeah, I'll be back this weekend.
Oh, okay. Look like a fun trip, huh?
It's a short trip. I didn't expect, I just found out I got to come back for work. So I'm coming back a little bit earlier than expected, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a quick trip.
Well, how long was that? What, 12 hours?
Yeah, it's almost 14 hours from Chicago. There's a Chicago nonstop. It's almost 14, like 13 and a half
Oh,
or
okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still trying to figure out Zoom. Can you guys on your on the screen share, can you see my my complete screen?
No, you have to split screen between your heat seeker data on the left, starting with ALPP. Then you have
Okay.
a chart in the middle, and then you have some general indices over to the right with the composite, the Dow, and the S&P 500 with
Okay.
gold, energy, financials, and so on and so on and so on.
Okay, but you can see everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Who is using I can't remember who's got this the stock system, Stock Boss or Bullmaster? Any of you guys? Kim, you've got Monster Scalper, right?
Yeah, I have that. And what I'm gonna need from you, Microsoft did an update late last night.
So we
And
need to
all
do a
of-
reinstall.
Yeah, all of it's all gone. So I'll talk to
Okay.
you about it offline, and we can schedule it next week. But
Okay,
it's all offline. I can use another charting system.
Okay, we can do it. We can do it tomorrow.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
we can do it tomorrow. I've got time tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here. And if anyone else join us, that'll be great. So we're going to be focusing on stocks this evening. Okay, so stocks, and primarily we'll be using we'll go over heat seeker for Stock Boss and also Bullmaster. So I'm going to kind of show you guys how I break down the markets when along with the systems when we look at stocks. Okay, and then you guys, just jump in with any questions, ideas, concerns, okay, that you guys might have. Some of these you might have already heard me talk about, but it's always good to keep going over and over this stuff here. So the first thing we always want to look at is the VIX. Okay. So the VIX, this is the VIX volatility index, the VIX, and the VIX measures volatility for the entire stock market. And this is a very, very reliable tool. I chart it on the weekly time frame. So on the weekly time frame, so that there isn't a lot of noise in the data. I think a monthly is too far out. A daily is, it's too quick. So a weekly gives us a really good understanding on how the volatility of the market, the stock market, how it's flowing. All right. So the first thing I do, I don't do it every day, but at least at the beginning of every week, I'll take a look at it, and kind of throughout the week, I'll just glance at it. Okay. So and this is important. This is the cool thing about the VIX volatility index. It doesn't tell us that we shouldn't be trading. We can always trade, but this will help us in the direction of the market, how it's flowing, and also how much capital we need to put into the market, whether we need to reduce capital or add capital to the market. Okay, so just keep in mind when the VIX is going down, which we had a great day today in the market, and this red candle here, red candle is actually, it went from white consolidating to a red candle, and that wick is coming down. Okay, so that's bullish for the market. Okay, so when the VIX is coming down, the lower the VIX. Right now, the VIX is at 16, guys, which is really low for the VIX. Okay, so it's at 16 right here. That's really low for the VIX. So we should see the market move higher, right? So we should start getting ready to put money into the market. Okay, we don't have buy signals yet on the major indexes. We'll take a look at that, but this is really good. If we can get down into this area here, break support right here, break support right here, that's actually really good for the market. Okay, so just remember that the VIX volatility index, you can track it on your systems too. So on your systems that you have, I would just have a chart. Just put up a chart, the VIX. Okay, so dollar symbol VIX.X in TradeStation, and you can have that data also. Okay, it's good to have. All right, so just anything under 20, anything under 20 is bullish. Okay, so anything is under 20 is really bullish. If it gets above 20, that's not good for the market. So spikes like this, spikes like this, spikes like this is really, really, really bad for the market. Okay, so you'll notice that as it comes down, the market will move higher. All right, so that's the VIX. Any questions on that? No questions? That makes sense? The thing about the markets is we always want confirmation of direction. Okay, confirmation of direction. So that's a good way to give confirmation of direction. So here is the Dow. So the next thing I look at, okay, we want to look at is the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. That's before we take any trades, guys. Okay, so the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. Because keep in mind, 90% of stocks, and sometimes even higher, I would say 99% of stocks will follow the overall index. Okay, so the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ, right? So we want to have those indexes in line with our trades. So if we take a look at the Dow here, so if you notice, the VIX is going down, but guess what? We had an update today. Okay, so as the VIX is going down, we've got buying came in today, and we've got a green candle here on the Dow. Okay, so that's really, really good. really good for the markets, right? We had selling coming in, selling coming in. Now we've got a green candle here on the Dow. Here is resistance here, near-term resistance. If we break this resistance here on the Dow, 35,000 and change, we should get above this area in here. This is all-time highs. So we are going into the fourth quarter, which is generally very bullish for the market. So this is a good time. We really want to get focused here and be looking at getting into stocks, because this fourth quarter and things are lining up really good, really good. Okay, held support, and now it's going to be testing this resistance, all-time high. If it breaks this all-time high, which is 35,600 and change, guess what? It's going higher. All right. The S&P, same thing here. We've got a green candle here. Here is previous support. So we're testing this previous support here, which is now resistance. So it looks good to get through this right here. And then the next big resistance is right here. So these are really good signs for the market. NASDAQ right here. All right, got a white consolidating arrow candle here. We should get a bullish candle tomorrow, and price should move higher. All right. The next thing we want to look at are the sectors. So we looked at the VIX, the indexes, and now we're going to look at the sectors. So we want to do it in that order. The VIX, the major indexes, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ. If you want to get further confirmation on the indexes, you can look at the Russell, but I think just the three is fine. And now we want to look at the indexes. I'm sorry, the sectors. Okay, and we want to find the top sectors, guys. This is important, right? We want to find the leading sectors where the institutions are putting money, right? Putting capital. So there's several, there are probably over 130 sectors out there, okay? But we focus on the top sectors. These are the top sectors, right? Like healthcare, materials, tech, utilities. Those are the top sectors, but there are more out there, okay? So the top sector right now, these are the sectors we are tracking, right? And then these are the sectors that are going down, which we don't want to focus on unless we're shorting, right? And I wouldn't be looking to short, because guess what? The market is going up now. So these are the sectors we want to focus on. The ones that says up, the ones that says new up, those are new sectors are starting to break out, okay? You guys might be familiar with these numbers here. This is very, very important. These numbers here are our trending numbers, our trending indicators, okay? So a number below 20 and below is consolidating, okay? 20 and above and in yellow are trending. So all these indexes here, guys, are trending down. They're trending down. Okay, so if we take a look at the chart, see right here, that's trending down. So we wouldn't want to buy any stocks in those sectors. Okay, that's healthcare. Utilities, right? That's trending down. Okay, real estate. Okay, that's been trending down, but it's making a move now. So these are trending down. Now let's take a look at this one here. Energy is our top sector because it's up. And guess what? It's the only sector, guys. It's the only sector that is yellow, 20 and above, yellow here, that is trending. Although these are moving up, they're still consolidating, because they're below 20 and red. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so energy, if we take a look at energy, right? So we've got a buy signal here, break of resistance here, buy signal here, and this is the energy sector. The XLE is this energy sector. So if we were going to put capital to work, this is the only sector we would be focusing on right now, okay? All right, now the next one here would be silver trust. Let's take a look at that. It's not trending yet, right? So, but it's starting to break out, okay? So it's 60, and once it get over 20, okay, then that's starting a new trend. But you can see here, right? So the cool thing about this, once they turn up, right, up, right here, you can get in, especially if you trade in options like you can, okay, you can get in on an early move, okay, an early move before the price moves higher, okay, and get into some cheap options, okay. If you look here, transportation, right, it's at 11, so it's up, it's moving up, but it's consolidating at 11. Let's see here, is it 11? Yeah, 1141, so that's a tight consolidation, okay. So if we look here, it's consolidating right between resistance here and support. And support right here. So it's consolidating, right? It's 11, so it's a tight consolidation, but guess what? It's up. So this is what we want to keep an eye on, because guess what? Once it breaks out, right? We know that it's up. It's just consolidating, right? It's a nice uptrend. It's just consolidating right now. So transportation, if it breaks out, right? We have a buy signal here. So this one would be a good one to keep in mind. And then what you can start doing is start building positions in those transportation stocks. And how do we find the stock? So let's go here. Let's go to Stock Boss here. All right. So here are the stocks in Stock Boss. So every day, guys, every day, Stock Boss here runs. Okay, it scans through the entire market of over 20,000 stocks. Okay, it's going to do that at 4:30. If you see that here, you see the time right here. So 10:14 at 4:30. You guys see that?
Yeah.
So it ran a scan over 20,000 stocks. And these are the stocks it brought back. Okay, these are the stocks that it brought back that are meeting our criteria. These are stocks that are moving. We use a 3-month average. So these are big stocks, guys. See the volumes here, right? See the volumes here. Major volumes, right? Big volumes, but they're broken down by these sectors here, right? So here are the sectors right here. So basic material, energy, we talked about energy, right? Healthcare, technology, transportation. And then these are the industries here. But the main thing we want to focus on are the sectors. So we looked at the VIX first. The VIX, the major indexes to give us direction, right? And now the sectors. So here is a stock here. And I don't really care about the company. All I'm looking for is flow. I want to see flow. Okay, I want to see big institutions buying that stock within that sector. So KOS, if we look at KOS, one second here. So KOS, we're going to move this over here.
AA Dave.
Uh-huh.
KOS right at the end of the day, man, we had a really huge spike. I'm looking at a year-to-date daily chart in KOS. We
Mm-hmm.
had a huge spike in volume right at the close.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm amazed, Kim. You're always on top of this stuff, man. You're
When you're talking, I got 4 computer screens going at once.
yeah, the stuff that you do, you're a machine. I can't do it the way I I use these
I'll tell you guys,
systems.
when you get done, David, I'll tell you guys about a stock that I'm in right now, just doing exceptionally well. And once
Really?
again, it's the energy stock.
It's an energy stock.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Yeah, you amaze me how you're always able to find this stuff with even without not using the system. But KOS, if you guys look here, so that's an energy stock. So all we are going to do, we know that energy is the top sector, guys. Okay, it's all about focus. All about focus, finding where the money is going, right? Finding where the money is going, and then just piggybacking on their move. Okay, so energy, right? Today, every day we'll get a new group, okay, through Heat Seeker, and it's gonna run every day for us automatically. All right, so energy KOS is the first one there. Here was the buy signal here at 260, so $2.60. You know, with stock bars, we only trade cheap stocks. So these stocks are going to be $6 and under, $6 and under. With Bullmaster, we go over $10 and higher. So KOS, here was the buy signal at 260, and now it's at 350, 355. It's in the markup phase, all green candles. This is just absolutely perfect. Okay, perfect trade. So we will just let it run, right? So that's KOS. The next one here, next energy stock is NGL. NGL. Okay, so here was the buy signal here. Okay, so this is the day. This is in a daily time frame. Here is the day here, and here this triangle here is where we would have gotten the buy signal, the alert to buy. That was at 212, and now it's at 277. It's in the reaccumulation phase. Very strong stock. These stocks are gonna move, guys, because they're buying that sector. As long as they keep buying that sector, energy sector, these stocks will hold. That's the cool thing about following the sector. Okay, cool thing about following the sector. Even if the market comes down a bit, so even if the overall market comes down a bit, you'll notice that they'll continue to hold these stocks because the money has to flow somewhere. Okay, so we might have thousands of stocks out there, right? But they'll hold. They might just trade the few energy stocks. Okay, and that's good for us because we know exactly what they're buying. Okay, RES is another energy stock right here, and you'll notice that they're all doing the same thing, right? So here's a buy signal here at 453, and now it's at 558. Okay, and it's getting ready to break resistance. All right, so that's RES. Here is another one here, TTI. So that's the last energy stock here, TTI. Here was a buy signal here, right here. This, I don't know if you guys can see this, blue triangle right here. Okay, and it's trading. The buy was right at 345. It's at 359 right now, and it's moving higher. And that's it. I mean, that's it. For stock bars, those would be the only stocks that we would want to be only in the energy sector with those stocks. Now let's take a look at Bullmaster. So Bullmaster, same thing, right? Now Bullmaster will give us same thing. It ran today. Let's see here. So let's see here. Let's see. Okay, I want to show you guys this. This is pretty cool here. When it runs and you see yellow, these yellow symbols here in heat seeker, what that tells us is that the institutions, they're building more positions. So they're continuing the volume. They've added new volume. Okay, they've added new volume to those symbols. Now with Bullmaster, these stocks are more expensive. So they're $10 and higher. We'll go all the way up to about $500. And I don't trade those expensive stocks, but you know, it's good to have, right? So we'll do the same thing. We're going to be looking for the energy stocks. So here you're going to notice that there's a lot more energy stocks in Bullmaster. Okay. So again, we're only focusing on the energy stocks, guys. So here are the energy stocks. We're not going to focus on consumer, financials, healthcare, none of that, right? Only where the money is flowing based on that sector, okay? Based on the sector. So if you look here, you're going to find just a ton of opportunities here, right? So, but these are more expensive stocks, right? So with the cool thing about these stocks, you can trade the options, right? You can trade the options, okay? So here is one here, RDS, right? Here was the buy signal here at 40, right now it's at 48. And you're gonna see the same thing, right? Same thing here. Buy signal here, price is moving higher. Here's another one here, buy signal here, price is moving higher. And if we took a look at other stocks in other sectors, guys, you're not going to find this. You're not going to find this buying coming in like this. Here's another one here. You see this here? You guys see this?
Yep. Sure
Pretty
do.
cool. It's,
Mhm.
right, it's pretty cool. I mean, look at here. Buy signal here, it's all the way up here, one after the other. One after the other. Buy signal here, price is up here. Buy signal here, price is up here. It's like, you know, taking candy from a baby, guys. I mean, look at here. Buy signal here, price is all the way up here, right? Look at this buy signal here. And you just pick a few of them. And look at this buy signal all the way up here, 892. It's all the way up here at 11. And there's no stopping. These are still running. They're not in a redistribution phase. They're still in the markup phase, a reaccumulation. They keep adding. And I mean, you just keep going. Here's another one here. 1466 was the buy signal. Now it's at $20, right? Here's another one, buy signal here. It's all the way up here. So the cool thing about this is that you've got the sector behind you. You've got the market now behind you. You've got the VIX behind you. Here's another one here. All right. And you totally focus on that sector. $12, $12.50 here was the buy signal on a break of this resistance. And now it's at 16.14. These options move. So when the stock makes this, you know, the stock might, this one here was a buy signal at 89. The stock is at 105. That's a decent move for the stock, but those options really move. Kim knows that, right, Kim?
You guys want me to give an example of what he's talking about? If you can put up SUN, David.
What is it?
Sunoco, SUN.
Okay.
Okay, I bought the 40 calls that expires tomorrow. Guess what I paid, David?
How much?
A nickel. And they're $1.85 today there. So
You're kidding.
the stock hit 42.10. I could have got 210 for mine. I sold half, but I'm holding the rest until tomorrow. I don't see any let up in this
No.
stock at all.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, you do such a good job, Kim. But yeah, another big move in the stock, but his options really took off, right? Really took off. So, you know, I'm just gonna go through a few more here. And just look at the pattern here. Look at what these stocks are doing, right? Look at what these stocks are doing. All energy stocks, look, all energy stocks. So if we're not in these stocks here, right? We're missing the boat. We're missing the boat. Look at this. These are all energy. Now, let's do this. I'm gonna take a look at, just show you guys. If we're not focused on the right sector, and then I'm just gonna go down, and I'm just gonna take, this is basic material. Basic material is kind of part of that same group too, okay? Because it's all commodities, right? So you might get some moves there also. But look at consumer. Oh. Let's go down here. Let's take a look at healthcare. This is services here, consumer services, technology. As the market picks up, you'll find a lot of these. No, heat seeker is finding the best opportunity, guys, the best opportunity. So these are the best stocks. So let's say all these technology stocks right here, okay? All these technology stocks, what I like to do here is I go to the NASDAQ. So if I'm watching the NASDAQ and I see here the NASDAQ is moving higher, we get a buy signal. And then I'll take a look at the sector, the technology sector. Where is it at? Right here. Here's technology sector. It's been moving higher, right? It's been moving higher, guys, right here. Okay, it's been moving higher, got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? It's moving up higher. Green candle here gives a buy signal here. Guess what? All of a sudden, this tech sector here is going to go from red to blue, and now we're moving higher. Okay. And then at some point, technology might become the leader, the next leader, right? And energy might slow down. Any questions?
Dave,
Mm-hmm.
I was just wondering, are we still going to stay on the daily, or should we move to the 240 charts for stocks as well?
I like the daily for stocks. Yeah.
Okay.
You
think there's enough price action that's happening to keep us on the daily?
I think so. Yeah, okay. I think so. It's the daily always works well. I mean, you guys can experiment with the 240 But for the daily, we can usually get nice trends because the equity market is trending. You know, it's been, if you look at the Dow, I mean, it's been trending up. You know, the S&P has been trending up. Very different than Forex, right? If we look at the dollar index, even on a daily time frame, this is a monthly here. Even if we look at it on a daily time frame, it's very, very choppy. So that's different. Equities, stocks are definitely trending right now. They're not consolidating. Okay, the overall market. So there's no need to reduce the time frame. We only reduce the time frame when the market's consolidating. Okay, so if we take a look at the daily, see right here, the daily on the dollar index. Let's see here, the dollar index. You'll see here. Now, if the stock market, if equities start to consolidate, yes, absolutely, David. We'll look at moving that time frame. Okay. Let's see here. Now, if you're looking to do a swing trade or you know, even some type of a day trade, yes, you can move the time frame down. But for stocks, I like the daily right now. So if you look here, this is the dollar index, and this is basically the trend of the Forex market. You will see here, it's just trading between resistance here, and support down here, right? That's on a daily time frame for the dollar, which represents, we can look at the dollar, and that gives us a direction of the Forex market. Very different from the Dow, right? You see here, nice upward trend, nice upward trend, nice upward trend. So if we move to a 240, guess what? We'll miss a lot of these nice big trends, okay, in stocks. So for right now, yes, but that can change. Things can, you know, things change. But good question, David. Very good question. Anything else, guys?
This week has been a interesting week. We started off pretty slow this week. We had a reversal chart pattern in the S&P 500 and the Dow and the NASDAQ. I believe that was day before yesterday. And here, let me just look one second here. I think it may have even started yesterday at about 10:30. Let me here, hang on a second. Let's go to a 1 month, 60-minute chart of the S&P 500. Yeah, we got a turn yesterday, right at about 10:30. And the thing people are looking at, guys, is earnings season started up today. You know, or you can look at it even a week ago. And, you know, you got JP Morgan, you got Citigroup, you got Goldman Sachs, they're going to report tomorrow. You got Netflix next week, I think, and you got Tesla. And last time we went through earnings, a lot of companies had fantastic earnings reports, and the stocks did not get rewarded at all. And I think we're getting away from that this coming quarter. And like David was saying, this time of the year is usually the time of the year when stocks do the best. From right around about mid to late October, up until, when will you say, David, maybe May?
Well, we'll get some in January. You know, they've got to for tax purposes.
Yeah.
You know, we generally will get some selling in January.
Okay.
Yeah, so January we usually get some selling, and we'll see on the charts what they're doing. But usually January, so they buy from October through the whole Christmas season.
Okay.
January they'll take some profits, you know, off the table, and then late January into February, they'll take it or the market up to about May. And they've got a sense that goes like this: sell in May and go away. Okay, sell in May and go away. So usually by May, June, they're out of the market for the summer. But we'll see it on the chart. So if what they're doing coincide with the charts, that's great. But otherwise, we don't pay attention to that, right? It's only what the charts are doing.
Okay.
But we know historically, October through December is the best quarter for the markets. That's where the hedge funds, the institutions, that's where they make their book. That's where they make their money for the year. So they're gonna come in if the market is healthy, which it is. It's pretty healthy, right? They're going to come in, and because they've got to make their year, right? They've got to make their money for the year. And in many cases, they make it in the fourth quarter. So the market is setting up really nice, guys. It really is for the fourth quarter. Yeah, unless something crazy happens, this is what we want to see. We want to see a healthy correction, a nice pullback, not a deep pullback. If we get a deep pullback, guess what? It's broken. The trend is broken, right? So what we want to see is a nice, healthy pullback. Let me see your trend line here. We want to see a nice, healthy pullback, right? And then start moving higher again, right? So we got that. We got the selling, a nice, healthy selling, not too much selling, nice, healthy selling. And here is the S&P, right? So nice, healthy selling. We want price to get back into this area, break this, and guess what? That's it. We're done. It's going to be a great fourth quarter. All right. And basically, if we're in those sectors, if we're in the top moving sectors, guys, it's easy money. Yeah, it's easy money. Okay, because guess what? The VIX is coming down, right? The VIX, things are shaping up nicely, right? I mean, there's always risk, right? There's always risk in the market, right? Trading is risky. But boy, when everything is lining up, when the VIX is coming down, right? When we have the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ moving up, we've got our sectors giving us buy signals. Yeah, we've taken a lot of risk out of our trading. So what we would like to see here on the Dow is price continue to move higher, break resistance, and give us a buy signal like this here, a buy signal. Okay, a buy signal like here, and then we're off to the races. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps.
This does. I do have one other question,
Okay.
because I keep thinking of that Whipsaw song about you gotta set your stop loss. How do you determine a stop loss value?
Okay, so we don't do stop losses, right? Because we have the sell signals. Okay, so okay. But you also have it's all based on your capital, right? And your risk, right? Your capital and your risk. What I always tell traders to do is this, right? Okay, base your money management. I think a little differently. Okay, I'll go for it, all right? And I will, as traders, I want you guys to go for it. But there are going to be times when you need to go for it, and then there are times when you need to pull back, right? In this period here is when you pull back. In this selling here, that's your money management. That's your risk management. Pull back, right? Heat seeker, like I love heat seeker, because what heat seeker will do, especially for stock boss, is that and David, you've seen this with your stock boss, right? With heat seeker, right? When the market was doing this, when the Dow was doing this here, right? Heat seeker probably had about 5 or 6 and they were mainly energy stocks to trade.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one day I only saw 4.
Yeah. Yeah. So it kind of forces you not to trade, right? So when things, you know, when the market is selling off, it's got some selling. The way we want to manage risk is by not trading a lot. And heat seeker will help us. When the market is starting to move in the direction, okay, of price, guess what? We'll get more opportunities in heat seeker. Okay, so the idea is when the market isn't healthy, we want to pull back. When it's doing well, we want to really get on the trade. But to your question, to your specific question, David, stop losses. Okay. As a trader, you guys can do what you want. Okay. I don't like stop losses. Okay. Because what I've found in many cases that I could get stopped out of the trade. I could be right as far as the direction, get stopped out, and then the price goes into in my direction. Okay. Most traders, when they put a stop loss, the reason they do that is because they have a specific price, a specific percentage or dollar amount that they think, right? That's based on their capital or their goals that they want to and stay within. And the trade doesn't care about that, right? The trade, price action doesn't care. Okay. So I want to find an example here.
Well, that was great that you said that, because it was the one and only time I actually tried the stop loss. It was just something I wanted to see how it would work. And it was with CEI before it ran up.
Okay.
So I bought into CEI based on heat seeker and stock boss.
Okay.
And I got in at 198. I put a stop loss on, I think, of like 170.
Okay.
It was kind of flirting with that area, and then it hit and it timed me out. But there was no sell signal.
Okay.
And then about a week and a half later, it runs up to $4 and change.
Okay.
And then the sell signal came at about 375. So I missed because I put that stop loss on.
Yeah.
Instead of just waiting for the software to tell me to get out.
Yeah. No, it's not always.
Tough lesson for me to learn.
Yeah, it's not always perfect. In equities, it doesn't happen as much where the brokers are running stops. In Forex, they definitely run stops, okay, and will kick you out of the trade. What we have to understand is that generally when price hits resistance, which is our buy, right? Our buy area where price hits resistance, there's generally going to be a pullback. There's almost always a pullback. It never goes just straight up. Okay, it's going to hit some resistance, so buyers are coming in, and then sellers are going to knock it back down, usually back to some support area. So if we put a stop loss anywhere in this area here, you guys see my cursor?
Yep.
You see my cursor? Okay, so if you put a stop loss anywhere in this area here, you're going to get stopped out. And David, to your example, right? So price came back down, you got stopped out somewhere in this area here, and then price ran up, right, and kicked you out. If you guys are going to put a stop loss, if you just have to put a stop loss, I would say put it below the support area. If that's going to give you some type of some comfort level, okay. At some point you'll never do a stop loss. I say if you want to do a stop loss, trade smaller, just trade a smaller lots, smaller capital. Okay. If because mainly the stop loss is for it's for just our own protection. Okay. Once you get
Okay.
confidence, because if the price breaks, so the reason you want to put it, and that's a great question, the reason you want to put it right below support, can you guys tell me why you would want to put the stop loss below support? And not in this area in here?
Oh, because I'm thinking you put it below support, there's a good chance that it's going to bounce off. Right? I mean, you're setting the support and resistance barrier. It's going to bounce in between there until it finds a direction it wants to go.
Okay, anyone else?
Yeah, I would say you put a stop loss below support, because once that's happened, the trend and the direction of which way the stock is going is changed.
That's correct. So yes, yeah. So just remember, guys, just remember that resistance is buying. Okay, when we break resistance, that's when we've got new buying coming in. We break support, selling is coming in. Sellers are in control. That's why the system is designed to get us out. This, when we break a support level here, we broke this support level here, we got a sell signal to get out. We broke resistance, we got a buy signal. Okay, if you put a stop loss anywhere in this zone and not below the support, guess what? This is still a buying zone. This is still buying. You're still trading in this area. We're still trading in this area. Okay, so if you want to play with buy stop losses and all of that, play. You know, like I know traders that they'll put a buy entry right above, you know, they don't have the system right above resistance. So price breaks resistance, and then they will put a sell order right below support here. So those are your zones. Okay, David, that makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. But after a while, you just let it run. It's just a comfort level. You know, after a while, you just let it run. Okay. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. Okay. Sometimes it's not going to be perfect. So here was our buy signal here. Okay. On resistance. Here was support here. It broke support right in this area here. It got us this sell signal here. Yeah, it gapped down. This is a lot of selling right here. But guess what? It still got us out. We didn't take this major loss down here. Okay. Here,
yep.
We didn't get all the top. We didn't get all the top. Sometimes we did. We will. Sometimes we will. We didn't get the absolute top. But guess what? We still made some money here. Okay, so sometimes it's not going to get us, it's not going to be perfect. Okay, here was a buy signal here. We broke resistance here. The price really failed. Okay, price failed. Here is resistance. Resistance becomes support. It failed. Guess what? Broke support. Give us a sell signal here to get out. Kind of like broke even right here. Okay, but just remember resistance and support. Resistance and support. What we don't want is this. So here is price broke, right? Broke resistance right in here, give us a buy signal. This isn't perfect here, but you get the idea. Price came down, hit support. Sellers are now in control. We got out here. Yes, we took a loss, but we took a small loss rather than, guess what? Taking this big loss right here.
Right.
Okay. So we want small losses, big gains, small losses, big gains. Support and resistance, those are your zones. Once that price breaks a support, the sellers are in control. Like Kim said, the sellers are in control. Guess what? We have to get out. Okay. So if you're going to put, if you have to put a stop loss, put it below support. Below support. If you just have to.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
All right, guys. Okay, we're done. If you guys have any more questions.
Yep, thanks again for your time, David.
All right,
This is
guys.
great.
I'll see you
Yeah,
guys
this is
on
beneficial.
the sniper traders tomorrow. We'll have some new picks. Okay. Have a good evening, guys.
All
Thank you,
right.
David.
See-
All right.
see
Take
you.
care.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.